when you spend your dollar out of the community in which you live, the community in which you spend your money becomes richer and richer. The community out of which you take your money becomes poorer and poorer. So our people not only have to be re-educated to the importance of supporting black business, but the black man himself has to be made aware of the importance of going into business.
Welcome to the Black Business Podcast, where we support and spread the word on black-owned business inside and outside our community. Now here are your hosts, Marcus Stewart and John Pleasant.
Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Black Business Podcast. My name is John. I'm with my co-host Marcus. What's going on, Marcus?
Man, I'm good. Ready to talk about this restaurant we burnt.
This restaurant. Where'd we go today?
We went to, how you say it?
Dulan's.
I keep saying Dulan. I be putting too much,
Giving him a little culture.
Putting too much French emphasis on his name. Ain't where he from. It's just Dulan's.
It's Dulan's.
Dulan's. Okay. We went to Dulan's Soul Food Kitchen. All right? Now, we went to the one on Manchester. There's another location on Crenshaw. But the one on Manchester, which we went to, was 202 East Manchester Boulevard, Inglewood, California, 90301. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., 7 days a week. And they have a website, dulans-sfk.com. All right? That's where we went.
That's where we went. Of course. And then the owner is an Adolf Dulan.
Adolf.
That's an old school original name. Yeah, so he's the self-proclaimed king of soul food. So he grew up in Luther, Oklahoma. Worked with his mom, making family meals, watching her cook, and that's kind of where he grew his love for creating soul food dishes.
You gonna skip the fact that he was born in a log cabin?
I didn't want to say that, but yeah. Adolf was born in a log cabin. He's very old school and original, born in the 1800s. But born in but early on he was born.
I don't know the exact date he was born. All I know, it said that his family went to Oklahoma in 1889.
That's what happened.
And that's when they built the log cabin.
That's when they built the log cabin. So that's what happened. That's just a little bit of his backstory there. But he also he went to college. He went to Langston University. He also joined the Army. He worked for the USPS, and then he was a social worker in Los Angeles County as well. So a good foundation of work. And then, of course, he still always had a love for cooking. So that's when he decided he wanted to kind of leave the social working space. And he put his life savings, it says, into in 1975, he opened up an Orange Julius.
Hey, that's bold, man. Later in life to decide, you know what, I want to do something different. Abandon the career, start something brand new from scratch. Hey, you got to be bold sometimes to make things happen.
Not easy as a black man at that time.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, in the 70s to put your savings together. I'm not sure if he needed to get a business loan, but can you imagine him needing to get a business loan in the 70s as a black man?
Hey, man, I can imagine it today.
Whew. And that's sad, right? Like it's still a fight.
But he did it.
He did.
Opened the Orange Julius.
And they still have a few of those locations today.
Next to a Dairy Queen, if you can find one of those.
Oh, right. That's what I'm saying. Like how Orange Julius, that's amazing. So anyway, so in 1977, he transitioned the Orange Julius to a neighborhood family-run restaurant by the name of Hamburger City.
Yeah, he was tired of using that corporate name.
I think that's what it was. It's like, I make hamburgers. Yeah. Hamburger City.
Let me break off.
That's it. So it became a neighborhood jewel in South Los Angeles. And it was open late night. So people who were leaving the club, they kind of like just hit up Hamburger City.
Get that greasy burger.
Yep.
Sober up a little bit.
That's what it was. So, yeah, it was flourished. And then in 78, he opened a second location, which we just mentioned the address to. And then by 1982, there were 5 Hamburger City restaurants throughout the city of Los Angeles.
He had a Hamburger City franchise going.
He did, man.
Hold on now.
It's pretty impressive. And then he opened the last location in Marina Del Rey.
Oh, hold on now. Wait, we talking about Dulan's Soul Food? Dulan. With Dulan's Soul Food.
Yeah.
He started at Hamburger City. Okay.
That's what he did. So yeah, Hamburger City was in Marina Del Rey. It quickly grew from its original location. So then they relocated to a larger space in the same shopping center. Aunt Kizzy's back porch was born out of that transition. So that was his next business.
So now we going from Orange Julius to Hamburger City.
Mm-hmm.
Now we at Aunt Kizzy's.
It's getting more black. More black. I love it. Aunt Kizzy, because I think that's Kunta Kinte's like the name of his daughter, right?
Kizzy. He's like, you want to call it Kizzy's? No, Aunt Kizzy's.
Aunt Kizzy makes all the difference.
It do. Now it sounds like it's homemade. Now it sounds like it's come from your auntie kitchen.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the whole point.
This was his plan. His plan. He's like Orange Julius, to get some folks in the door. Hamburger City, add on that late night crowd. And then by the time Aunt Kizzy's back porch opens, you got everybody.
It's a good plan.
It's a great plan. It'd be interesting to know if he actually is related in some way to Kizzy and Kunta Kinte, and then that's possibly his great.
But it ain't no Aunt Kizzy. That's just the name of the place.
Yeah, that's all we know.
No new person came on named Kizzy.
No,
that's just
not
the
at
name
all.
he picked. Okay. He's still making all the food.
He's still making all the food from what I know. I don't think there's a little Kizzy in the kitchen, whipping up chicken. Maybe. But yeah, so they gained national recognition for their delicious, mouth-watering cuisine. And then the Lowry's seasoned salt wanted to be associated with Aunt Kizzy's back porch. Yeah.
Is that right?
That's right. So I know you don't like salt on the table, but there you might see some Lowry seasoned salt on the table.
Hey, don't put no salt. Well, use it in the back. Season it in the back where you're supposed to.
Yeah. So... That's
a
goes.
staple in a black person's kitchen at Lawry's.
It is.
It better be. I ain't eating none of your food if I don't see no Lawry's in the cabinet.
Gotta have some orange sprinkles sprinkled over my food.
Shoot.
So, and then, and the business, Aunt Kizzy's kitchen, grew more and more. They even had national commercials for it. So that was great. So, yeah, it flourished. It did better and better. And then the clientele, came from far and wide. They got a celebrity following. People started visiting there from all over, which is pretty cool. In the
world. So where's Aunt Kizzy's now?
Yeah, let's look that up. Let's find out where Aunt Kizzy's, if it still exists. Aunt Kizzy's back porch, because this is new to us. We're finding this out at the same time as you people.
There's did Aunt Kizzy's just disappear?
Maybe. I think the name, they probably were like, hey, brother Adolf, you have to shut down this Aunt Kizzy. We can't have this in Marina Del Rey. You're scaring our people.
Well, as soon as I looked it up, it says permanently closed. As soon as I looked it up, I don't know when that happened, but it says permanently closed. It was in Marina Del Rey. Yep, 523 West on Washington, and it says permanently closed now.
Interesting.
When did that happen?
Oh.
I'm trying to see when is the last time I seen a review on here.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out as well. Yeah.
The latest review on this Yelp is 2 years ago. It says some folks remember Adolf from Hamburger City. And here's Aunt Kizzy. So I don't know. I don't know when it went down, but
hey, it's been a while.
Aunt Kizzy's was still a thing up until at least a couple of years ago.
It was. It was just pretty impressive, and especially being in that part of town.
Okay,
it's pretty amazing. So yeah. So what else? So okay. So that's enough about his history. I think we can get into a little bit of the cuisine here.
Where we at? We at Dulan Soul Food Kitchen, Manchester. That's where we at. Mm-hmm. All the history. This is where we got to.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We ate his food there. Now,
in the end of the 1990s is when this opened. So I guess I should at least say that part.
Yes.
Yeah. So
now here we are, and you pull up and ain't no place to park.
No, nothing, nada. It's like downtown Inglewood.
Yes. It's like right off Market Street, pretty close. So, because we ended up having to go around, park on Market Street, and then walk up the block. Yeah, there's a tiny little, parking lot next to the building.
It's an offensive parking lot. It's very offensive. There's not a spot, never, ever. I've been there before. It's never a spot.
I don't know who's park. Is the workers park there? Is that what it is?
I think it's employee parking, and people just park there and don't leave for the day.
for the day.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I ate at Dulan's this morning. It's now 8:30 in the evening, but my car's still at Dulan's because
Hey,
I
if
want
you
to
say
walk.
Dulan's one more time.
Dulan's. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
Get the man name right.
Man. It's all
So-
that French in my throat.
It is. And it's usually when you pull up, it's usually a line up the street. I think we went early enough to where we didn't have to deal with that, but it's a very popular establishment. They brought the corner business that was next door or was vacant, and they actually extended it. So there's a little seating area, if you've been here before, that wasn't there before, to where you don't have to just pick up from like the buffet style order, and you can actually sit next door and they'll call your name. So that's cool.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's great. So you walk up, you make your order at the pay window, you know, your lunch or your dinner order, both all day long. It's just portion size, you know, and then you wait for your number to be called. It takes a little bit, so I'm assuming they back there cooking your meat fresh.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody fresh making your mac and cheese, obviously, but
Like nobody.
ain't nobody doing that. But
Like nobody's doing that mac and cheese fresh.
no, you got to pre-make that. It's gonna take too long.
It does.
But you know, the fresh cooking your fish. I had the catfish. What'd you get?
I got the smothered chicken.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, cooked up fresh.
it
So,
was.
you
So
get that. Then you can go home, or you can go next door and sit down and in a little space they had.
yeah, that or walk up the block 5 blocks before you get to your food to get to your car. So I think that's probably the most unfortunate part because this business, like I said, is historic. The food was great overall. We'll get into that more, but yeah, just the parking situations just probably one reason I don't come here more.
Ah, yes. They take card. I think they take cash. I can't remember. I pulled my card out that day.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
assuming
so.
But they have the inside space where you can sit down. It's not too much to the space, just a few tables, a little history on the wall. I know there was a signed Rams jersey on the wall. They have a small bathroom in the back that you can use.
Which I was happy to see.
Yes, and they sell some merchandise. They had like a hot bag. So when you go on that walk, you can keep your food warm in there.
I think that's why they sell the hot bag. That's a good point because I was like, why do they have a branded hot bag? But I get it. That makes so much sense.
So you got to walk 3 blocks, buy you a hot bag.
Exactly.
Your food will still be warm when you get to your car.
Next time I'm ready for that. I'm gonna do that. So, but yeah, another great thing about this place is the prices, and I think they had a lunch special and then the dinner. So of course, if you go early enough, you qualify for the lunch, which is like $14 to $16 for most of their plates, and they're big portions.
Oh, the portions were huge.
Yeah,
I was very surprised how much they giving out. I was like, yeah, they really cooking in the kitchen.
yeah, they're not holding back.
Yeah.
So-
I couldn't eat all that in one sitting. I wasn't
no.
that hungry.
No, and you get cornbread too.
Yes. Yes, you get a couple of pieces of cornbread with your meal. You got to pay extra for it. I hate when people charge me extra for a corn muffin.
I know that's a staple.
Yes.
Like a side, you always just include that with the meal.
Some kind of bread should come with all your meals.
Yep.
A corn muffin, a roll, something. You know, we went to a fish place and they just throw a piece of, white bread.
Yeah.
At least they did something.
Yeah, something. Just a piece of white bread. It's something to soak up that grease. Give me something.
Now, what else did you have with your smothered chicken?
That's smothered chicken. I had the greens and the dressing, which I never tried before. And I actually thought it was decent. I will say, we always think that, like we said before, our grandparents make it a little bit better. But I thought the dressing was good. For that reason, I didn't eat the cornbread at the time because it's cornbread dressing, and that was a little bit too much cornbread for me. The greens, I personally didn't love. I think they could have used a little bit more flavor. But that's the only thing I had that I feel like.
Where were the greens missing? Was there no?
Yes, a smoke flavor. It didn't have meat, which is fine. Like, of course, you have veggie greens. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But at least add a little bit of smokiness to it. That would help out. So it just tasted like I was eating just like greens cooked down, like boiled down with no flavor.
Wow.
So that was my only takeaway from that. But everything else was great. They didn't have sweet tea, which When can I find some sweet tea somewhere? Please.
Didn't they tell you sweet tea is only on the weekends?
Yes. We can't win. We went to another spot. I think they said the same thing. We went to a different spot, and they had a fruit-flavored sweet tea. I'm like, why can't we get sweet tea?
Explain to me why sweet tea is a weekend-only thing, though.
I never knew that. I thought it was just tea, water, and sugar.
Like the sweet tea guy ain't here today, man. He only come on Friday.
That's my goodness. That made me sad. That was the last thing I said when, I placed my order, and she said, would you like anything else? And I said proudly, yes, a large sweet tea. And she looked me right in my eyes and said, weekends only. And I shed a little tear. So I thought Dulan Soul Food, because they do so much right, that I just thought coming here, I would finally get my sweet tea. And I did not.
I need an explanation as to why the sweet tea is a weekend only thing, man.
Yeah, what are you doing differently with your drinks, with your beverages, why that has to be a weekend thing? So, yeah, that's that. So I
can understand certain food items. They're like, oh, no, we only do it on the weekends because of the prep and how long it takes to cook off and stuff. But, sweet tea? No, we only do that on the weekends because, we drying out our own tea leaves throughout the week. So
you literally can be taking my order and stirring the tea to my right, and I would not be mad. I'm like, okay, she's stirring the tea. Cool, I appreciate it.
We collecting our own sugar cane during the week, and we doing the processing to get the sugar out. So we ain't got the sweet tea until the weekend. Sorry about that,
man. So disappointing. So I guess I will be back on a weekend to get the sweet tea and try it out, because that's part of a review for me. A soul food restaurant, I need to at least know what the sweet tea tastes like, or if they have it, the macaroni and cheese, the greens, cornbread, and just one protein. And if you season that right, I'm satisfied.
Now, I had catfish, I had yams, and I had the mac and cheese, because we on a search to find that good mac and cheese.
We are, and so far we're over like 3.
Now, Dulan's, they gave me a good portion of it, but it wasn't there for me.
Wasn't quite, huh?
It wasn't quite there for me, man. It looked good, but it just wasn't.
What was it?
It was not. I didn't get enough cheese flavor. First of all, that was a problem. I think they bake it. It looked like they do a layer of cheese on top and bake it. Here's the thing that kills me: like they do a cheese sauce of some kind, whether it's homemade or whatever they doing. And then they put it into the pan and they cover a layer of, shredded cheese on top and bake it then. And I'm always like, no, man, you got to layer that like a parfait. You got to give me the noodles, then put a layer of cheese, more noodles, more cheese.
That's true.
Don't just put don't just, do the cheese sauce and put the stuff on top. I need a layer throughout there. That's going to give me that real cheese, homemade flavor that I'm looking for.
So it had a cheese sauce still with the...
Yes. It was a cheese sauce, whatever kind of sauce they homemade it. They melt the cheese and mix it with the milk. Whatever they're doing, they do that. And then they put a layer of shredded cheese on top and bake it. And it's just, I need more layers.
Yes.
I need more
got
layers.
I feel that. Yeah, I mean, especially if it's a thick dish that you're making your mac and cheese in, you definitely got to layer it. So I understand that. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what it is. And the yams were fine. They weren't too sweet. I don't know why I felt like, I can't remember if it was a little stringy or not, but they tasted fine. Nothing bad about them at all. I'd do it again. And the catfish was good. So
yeah, what you chose looked great. It looked appeasing to the eye. The fish, it looked well seasoned, battered, and you said the yams looked good. The mac and cheese looked good, but like you said, it just wasn't enough cheese.
Yeah, I need that cheese flavor to hit, man.
Yeah.
I'm tired of having to go to Chick-fil-A to get a good mac and cheese.
And that ain't gonna hit me. It's not gonna work. So
they ain't open on Sundays.
It's not, and that's when we want the mac and cheese.
Yes, that's my cheat day.
So people, if you all know of a place anywhere, but let's say Los Angeles, because for the sake of the conversation, with really good mac and cheese, please let us know.
I will have mac and cheese shipped in. If you know someplace that will ship me some mac, if you own a restaurant and you got that mac and cheese, let me know. I will pay to have it frozen and shipped. And I will prepare it however you tell me to warm it up. so that I can taste this mac and cheese, because I need somebody outside of my grandma's house
Seriously.
to make some good mac and cheese.
Agreed.
Please.
There's a company actually I just looked up, which I'm not going to mention their name on the air, but they ship food from any restaurant in the country to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they pack it up. Yeah.
That's what I need. If you that restaurant, let me know so I can get to that company so they can get that mac and cheese and get it to me.
For sure.
And
you
if
get
it hit,
promotion.
We will tell you.
For sure.
We will tell everybody.
And if it don't hit, you're getting some negative promotion about your mac and cheese. So you better be sure, better be confident, before you let us know. So
don't send me no half-ass mac and cheese.
Yeah, can't have that.
Sure.
Cannot. So, but yeah, let's see what else do we have here. Let's see. Oh, I hated to read this, but we lost Dulan in 2017. Actually, that's when Mr. Adolf Dulan passed away. Just browsing through and came across that, but that was recent. I thought it was like a longer time ago for some reason.
Oh well, still thriving. I'm assuming his children took over the spot and still got everything going.
Yeah, his son Gregory Dulan is the new lead owner.
Okay.
Of the restaurant. But yeah.
Keeping the father's legacy alive. I appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. But that was it. That was my experience at Dulan's. Now they got that little space you can go in. Something about the space I thought was funny was they put up that promotional side to take pictures in front of. They put that backdrop. That Dulan's backdrop.
Probably be lit on weekends when they got that sweet tea. Everybody be taking pictures on that wall with the sweet tea. I would have taken a picture on the wall.
In front of the Dulan's backdrop, like, we went to Dulan's. It was popping.
Yeah, like you're going to get the little club promo pics with the little watermark at the bottom corner and just be like, yeah, we went to Dulan's.
As long as they don't do no hood rat pose, when the girls turn around and put their hand on their knee.
Oh, I bet there's been a few of those.
Oh, I can't do it. I got to stop.
I bet don't do quite a few of those poses.
Don't do Dulan's like that.
Man, all right, man. Well, that about covers it, I think. That's a pretty good way to end it. Anything else you got, Marcus?
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you again for tuning in, you all. And, we'll see you on the next one.
Appreciate you.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Black Business Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at BLKBIZ Podcast. Email us at theblackbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. And if you would like to support us, you can become a Patreon member at patreon.com/theblackbusinesspodcast. Not only will you be helping us to patronize more Black-owned business, you will get access to exclusive pictures and video, as well as entry into merchandise and other special giveaways. Be sure to follow and subscribe. New episodes every Thursday. Thanks for listening.